Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into a fascinating story, the birth of our planet Earth and the solar system, which began around 4.6 billion years ago. Can you imagine a time when there was no life, no water, and no air? Just a scorching, fiery ball of molten rock? So, how did that turn into the beautiful and life-filled planet we call Earth today? Let's explore this incredible journey. About 4.6 billion years ago, there was no Earth, no sun, and no planets. There was only a huge cloud of gas and dust floating in space. This cloud is called the solar nebula, and it was mostly made of gases like hydrogen and helium. For a long time, nothing changed. But then, something big happened. A nearby star exploded in a giant blast called a supernova. This explosion sent powerful waves through space. Those waves shook the cloud, and the gas and dust inside started to come together. Slowly, the cloud began to spin and got flatter, like a pancake. This spinning shape is called a protoplanetary disk. And guess what? That is why even today, all the planets go around the sun in almost the same path. In the center of the spinning cloud, the gas and dust started to come together very tightly. As they got squeezed more and more, the temperature and pressure became extremely high. Because of this, a special reaction began. Hydrogen gas started turning into helium gas. This reaction released a huge amount of energy. And just like that, our sun was born. Even today, the sun is still burning through the same process. That's how it gives us light and heat every day. Here's an amazing fact. The sun is so big, it makes up 99.8% of the total mass of the solar system. That means almost everything in the solar system is actually part of the sun. The tiny amount that was left, just 0.2%, came together to form all the planets, moons, comets, and asteroids. So, how did our Earth form? Inside the spinning disk of gas and dust, tiny pieces of dust started sticking together. It was kind of like how snowflakes stick and grow into snowballs. These dust particles kept joining together and became bigger and bigger. After some time, these growing objects were called planetesimals. Some of them were even kilometers wide. These planetesimals crashed into each other again and again. With each crash, they joined together to form larger bodies called protoplanets, or baby planets. This process of joining and growing is called accretion. After millions of years and many collisions, one of these protoplanets eventually became our Earth. But this early Earth was not like the one we live on today. It was just a hot, glowing ball of molten lava, and it was constantly being hit by asteroids and space rocks. This early time in Earth's history is called the Hadean Eon. The name comes from Hades, the god of the underworld, because Earth looked like a burning hell during this period. Now here's something truly fascinating. Have you ever wondered where all the water on Earth came from? The oceans, rivers, lakes. It's hard to imagine Earth without them. But in the beginning, Earth had no water at all. It was just a hot, dry, and rocky planet. So how did that change? Scientists believe that the answer lies in the millions of asteroids and comets that crashed into Earth during its early years. Yes, the same objects that caused destruction actually brought the gift of life. You see, many of these asteroids and comets were not just rocks. They carried ice and water molecules inside them. And every time one of them hit the Earth, some of that water was released. At first, Earth was so hot that this water instantly turned into steam. But as the planet slowly began to cool down, something amazing happened. That steam started to condense into clouds. And then, it rained. Not for days, not for weeks, but for thousands of years, non-stop rain. This constant rainfall began to fill up the low areas of Earth's surface, forming the first oceans. Yes, the oceans we see today started forming during this time. So, in a way, the same violent impacts that shaped Earth also paved the way for life by delivering the most essential ingredient, water. As the Earth started to cool down, something interesting happened. The heavier materials like iron and nickel sank to the bottom. They moved to the center of the Earth and formed the core. The lighter materials like oxygen and silicon rose to the top. They spread out and formed the crust, the outer layer where we live. Between the core and the crust is the mantle, a thick layer made of hot, soft rock. This whole process is called differentiation. It separated the Earth into three main layers. Core, at the center, made of iron and nickel. It is super hot, around 6,000 degrees Celsius. Mantle, the middle layer, which is about 3,000 kilometers thick. Crust, the outer layer, very thin compared to the others. This is the part we walk and live on. So, Earth is like a giant boiled egg. The core is the yolk, the mantle is the white part, and the crust is the thin shell. Scientists believe that about 4.5 billion years ago, something big happened. A planet called Theia, which was about the size of Mars, crashed into the early Earth. This huge crash broke off a large amount of rock from Earth. That rock flew into space and started spinning around the Earth. Over time, the pieces of rock joined together and formed the moon. Later, when astronauts went to the moon and brought back moon rocks, scientists found that the rocks were very similar to rocks on Earth, which supports this idea that the moon came from Earth. This crash also caused something important. It tilted the Earth's axis by 23.5 degrees. That's the reason we have different seasons, like summer, winter, spring, and autumn. And there's more. The moon also controls the ocean tides on Earth. These tides helped early life in the oceans to survive, grow, and evolve. So, the moon is not just beautiful in the night sky. It also plays a very important role in making Earth a planet full of life. A very long time ago, during the Archean Eon, 4 to 2.5 billion years ago, Earth had many volcanoes. These volcanoes released gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane. There was no oxygen at that time, so the air was toxic, not safe to breathe. The water vapor from volcanoes cooled down and turned into rain. This rain filled up low areas and created the first oceans. These oceans helped to cool down the Earth and make the climate more stable. In those oceans, very simple life forms started to appear and slowly began to grow. Earth is special because it is at the perfect distance from the sun, not too hot, not too cold. It is the right size to keep air around it. It has a magnetic shield that keeps us safe from harmful rays. It had just enough volcanoes to keep the Earth warm. Everything happened just right. That's why life started here, and that's why we should take care of our beautiful planet. Thanks for watching this beautiful journey of how Earth was born. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and comment below what topic you want to see next. See you soon in the next video.